Have you ever wondered who makes your clothes, your phone, or your coffee? What if I told you that behind some of the biggest brand names in the world, there are stories of unsafe workplaces, suppressed wages, and severe human rights violations? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the immense power of multinational corporations and exploring how we can hold them accountable. Believe it or not, 51 of the world's 100 largest economies aren't countries, they're corporations. This incredible economic power gives them massive influence, especially in developing nations across Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Too often, this influence is used to exploit weak regulations, leading to tragedies and systemic abuse. But a global movement for change is gaining momentum, using law, finance, and people power to fight back. One of the most powerful tools we have is the law. International agreements like the UN Guiding Principles on Business and Human Rights provide a global standard. But it's national laws that really give these standards teeth. Germany's Supply Chain Act and France's Duty of Vigilance law now require companies to monitor and fix human rights issues in their supply chains. Think about the lawsuits against Nike in the 90s or Apple's suppliers in the 2010s. Public and legal pressure forced them to reform. Now, there are even proposals for an international corporate accountability tribunal to prosecute environmental and labor violations on a global scale. But laws are only effective if we can see what's happening. That's where transparency comes in. New EU directives are forcing large companies to report on their labor practices and audit their suppliers for abuses like forced labor. Independent watchdogs like the Clean Clothes Campaign and Human Rights Watch conduct on-the-ground investigations, exposing what corporations try to hide. For example, their audits of H&M factories in Bangladesh revealed gender discrimination and illegally low wages. And with public databases like KnowTheChain.org, we can all track how well our favorite brands are protecting their workers. Of course, the most important voices in this fight are the workers themselves. When workers organize, they gain the power to demand better conditions. In 2018, the Bangladesh Garment Workers Union successfully negotiated wage increases for over 150,000 workers. Strong whistleblower protections, like those in the U.S. Dodd-Frank Act, also empower employees to report wrongdoing without fear of retaliation. By supporting unions and ethical supply chain initiatives, we can help ensure that products aren't made with child labor or in unsafe factories. Your money and your voice are also powerful agents of change. Divestment campaigns have prompted major investors, like Norway's sovereign wealth fund, to drop companies with poor human rights records. Shareholder activists are filing resolutions that push companies to do better. And as consumers, campaigns like "Who Made My Clothes" show that when we ask questions and demand answers, brands listen. Even trade agreements are being updated to link benefits, like lower tariffs, to a country's respect for labor rights. This isn't just theory, we have proof that this works. Following public outcry, both Nike and Adidas made significant reforms in their Indonesian factories. After the tragic Rana Plaza collapse in 2013, the Bangladesh Accord on Fire and Building Safety was created, dramatically improving conditions for over 1.5 million garment workers. These successes show that when legal pressure, corporate transparency, worker empowerment, and consumer activism come together, real, lasting change is possible. The fight against corporate exploitation requires a coordinated effort on all fronts. By strengthening laws, demanding transparency, and empowering workers and consumers, we can build a world where human rights, equality, and justice are prioritized over profits. It's a long road, but together, we can create a more just and equitable global economy. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content that dives deep into the issues that matter. See you next time.